My morning took a wild turn when a stranger mistook my car for a taxi, refused to leave, and complained until my work brother stepped in like a protective sibling and sent him packing, proving that sometimes, having a work family is just as good as having a sister or girlfriend watching your back. So this only just recently happened, so it's a bit of a mess. Anyways though, I work at a taxi company. Specifically, I am the dispatcher. I always come in to work early because that's who I am, and it's become routine. I drive into the parking lot and am sitting in my car for maybe about 2 minutes, looking at my phone briefly and eating my morning wrap when, wouldn't you know it, some random dude opens my car door and sits down inside. Without skipping a beat, this guy, who I've never seen before in my life, settles into the passenger seat like he belongs there and says, "Hey, going to Tim Hortons on King Street, let's go." Now, I don't know about you, but having a complete stranger enter my car like it's some sort of public transport first thing in the morning is not something I handle lightly. My brain takes a second to process what just happened before I turn to him, still chewing my breakfast, and say, "Who the hell are you?" "What?" The guy barely reacts. If anything, he looks at me like I'm the one acting weird. Come on. Does it matter? I gotta get going. Just head to the Thames. At this point, my brain is torn between laughing at the sheer absurdity of the situation and being furious that some random dude has just barged into my personal space. I glance around, half expecting someone to pop out with a camera and tell me I'm being pranked. But no, this guy is completely serious. I shake my head, voice rising in disbelief. "No, get the hell out of my car. Damn it, I'm not a taxi." He scoffs. "You're sitting in front of a taxi company building, on your phone. You're obviously a taxi driver. Now hurry up before I'm late." At this point, I'm just staring at him, trying to comprehend the level of entitlement it takes to see a random car in a parking lot, assume it's a taxi, and then argue with the actual owner of the vehicle when told to get out. This argument continues for about 30 more seconds, him insisting that I just drive and me getting progressively louder in my refusals. My patience is rapidly wearing thin. I'm half a second away from physically dragging him out myself when my saving grace arrives. Clearly, my yelling had drawn some attention because suddenly there's a sharp knock on the window next to this lunatic. Both of us turn to look, and there, standing like an immovable wall of pure intimidation, is Radenko. Now, Radenko is a coworker of mine, and if you've ever met him, you'd understand why this is significant. The man is 6 feet 3 inches, built like a literal boulder, and has the kind of expression that makes you rethink your life choices if you're on the receiving end of it. He also has a thick Serbian accent, which somehow makes him even more terrifying when he's pissed off. Radenko waits just long enough for the rando to get a good look at him before he asks, voice completely calm but carrying the weight of "Do not mess with me, the hell is going on here?" The rando, completely oblivious to the hole he is digging himself into, crosses his arms and complains, "The dumbass won't drive me." I look at Radenko, exasperated. "Yeah, guess why?" Radenko takes one long look at me, then at the guy still sitting in my car, and in a move so effortlessly intimidating I almost want to applaud him, he reaches over, yanks open the door, and places a firm hand on the guy's shoulder. "I suggest," he says, voice as calm as ever, "you get out of my dispatcher's car and call the other cab company." There's a long pause where the rando suddenly seems to grasp the situation he's put himself in. He swallows, looks at Radenko's hand, then at his face, then back at the hand. Then, with all the urgency of someone realizing they've made a grave mistake, he struggles out of the seatbelt, practically trips over himself getting out of the car, and speed walks away without another word. You would think that would be the end of it, but oh, no. About 10 minutes later, I'm finally inside, settled at my desk, getting everything in order for the day, when my call taker hands me a complaint that just came in. I put on my headset, press the button, and answer, "Dispatch, what can I do for you?" The voice on the other end is instantly recognizable. "Hi, yes, I'd like to report one of your drivers who refused to pick me up and threw me out of the car." I sit there for a moment, stunned. Surely, he's not this stupid. Surely this man has not just called me to report me. But no, he absolutely has. Now, here's the thing, our phone system is old, really old. So old that sometimes, depending on the connection, people mistake my voice for someone of the opposite gender. And apparently, that's exactly what's happening here because he has no clue he's talking to the same person he just tried to report. I take a deep breath, composing myself. "All right," I say, "what car number was it?" "Oh, I didn't get one." I resist the urge to roll my eyes. "All right. What's the color and plate number?" I glance out the window. And oh my god, the rando is back. He's standing outside, looking at my car, squinting at my license plate, and reciting it into the phone. He proceeds to describe my exact vehicle, down to the color and make. I take another deep breath, weighing my options. I consider if what I'm about to do is worth potentially getting in trouble at work. And then I decide, yes, it absolutely is. I fully open the window beside me, lean out, and look directly down at him. Yeah, no, I say into the phone, watching his face slowly turn toward me. If you look up, you can tell that car is, in fact, mine, and you hopped in it for no reason. Thank you for calling. Your number is going to be blacklisted. There's a beat of silence as he processes this information. Then he looks up, locks eyes with me, sees me waving at him, and with a speed I didn't think possible, he immediately hangs up the phone and storms off without another word. I sit back in my chair, shaking my head, and take a sip of my coffee. I don't know if this is going to be a problem in the future, but considering how much the owner of the company likes me, I seriously doubt it. To those who were mentioning that doors should be locked, I was in the parking lot and had my car in park. My car unlocks all the doors when you shift into park, and I was only sitting there for a short time. I was intending to get out of the car because, unsurprisingly, I was there to work, not just sit in the parking lot because I find it fun. Lol.